What's good, guys? This is 6 best bets and lock of the week for Khalil Rountree versus Jamahal Hill. I think it's going to be a very good card. Obviously, it's early, so make sure you put on your alarm. I want to mention, guys, we were on a lock of the week streak. Zachary Reese, Joshua Van by Karo on points, Mansour Abdul Malik by Karo on points. So we were on a 3-fight lock of the week streak, looking to make it 4. I give you guys the 6 best bets, lock of the week, of course, 2 bonuses in a parlay section. So this is going to be a very, very good one, but bear with me because I won't be able to watch the fights on Saturday live. So you guys know how I always update you guys with the community post play/best that I like. I always update you guys. This Saturday, I'm not going to bet. I'm not going to be able to update you guys with the community post this Saturday. I will be betting, but I just won't be able to update you guys with the community post like I normally do with the play/best that I like. So this is the best reference that I will give you guys until Friday, last minute prediction. So here we go. 6 best bets, lock of the week. Thank you guys for giving me so much love. I'm not going to be able to update you guys with a community post on Saturday, which I hate, but we will be back with UFC 317 with a bunch of content. And I'll update you guys the same Saturday with some bet/plays that I like. Here we go. First most confident pick of the week. Does the lock of the week streak extend to 4? The lock of the week is going to be the 4th most confident pick. I got 6 best bets. Lock of the week, of course, 2 bonuses in a parlay section that you guys have been giving me so much love. So give me a like, guys, if you guys haven't already. Here we go without further ado. First most confident pick of the week. Here we go. Tagir Ulanbekov, 16-2-0. Tagir Ulanbekov is set to face off against Azat Maxim. Azat is a plus 300. Tagir minus 430. Tagir is on a 3-fight win streak since losing to Tim Elliott, beating Nate Mans, Cody Durden, and Clayton Carpenter. He has the grappling advantage, and Azat was taken down twice by Charles Johnson. Azat suffered his first pro career loss, and took a long hiatus since then. It's been 1 year and 4 months since he last fought. Tagir to get the job done. I think Tagir should be able to get the job done. Obviously, he is a massive favorite, a little bit of a chalky, but I think as a parlay piece, I like it, and this is the stuff that I like to see. I like to see, it's crazy how at one point Khabib's dad had everybody on a regimen, and they still stick to this regimen, and this is something that I like to see, whether it's, Khabib's dad or whether it's just him growing up. It's something that he's been training, and he's been doing this for his entire life. I like Tagir Ulanbekov to win, and we're going to skip. Shout out to this guy. Follow him if you guys haven't already. Trobes Fight Picks. We're going to skip around here. When it comes to the wrestling and grappling, I think Azat can make him work for takedowns as long as he avoids feeding his hips directly to Tagir and exposing his back. He's a good wrestler in his own right, and he spent some time at American Top Team, which is exactly where you would want to be as a flyweight preparing for a tough matchup. Now, I'm not picking him to win. I do believe that Tagir will land a few takedowns and accumulate some control time and take a decision, but I think this is going to be a lot closer than the odds suggest. For that reason, he's saying that he loves Maxim, but this is one thing that I wanted to mention to you guys, how it's a very close fight. Obviously, both of these guys, anybody could win. It's the fight game, but I'm going to Tagir Ulanbekov. I just wanted to show this because this guy said it very well. He said it better than any way I could have said it. So, we're going to my second most confident pick of the week. Here we go. Second most confident pick, Oban Elliott, 12-2-0. Oban Elliott is set to face off against Sung Woo Ko. And I know what you guys are saying. Oban Elliott's a minus 590. It's a little bit of a chalky-locky, but we can do a little bit of a double chance, maybe by Karo on points. Obviously, the odds aren't up yet directly for me yet, but on Friday, last-minute predictions, we will definitely do a double chance, and I'll tell you guys my best props for each and every single one of these fights. Oban Elliott minus 590, Sung Young Ko plus 390. Oban is on an 8-fight win streak, finishing 2 out of 8 fights that he won. Oban is willing to jump in the fire. Ko was scheduled to fight Billy Ray Golf, but had visa issues, I believe. Oban to get the job done, I like by KO or on points. I will say, when we look at Oban Elliott, one thing I like to see is his grappling, because we know that he's a phenomenal striker, but against Basso Hafiz, I don't know why some judge had it 2-0 Basso Hafiz. And in a position where it's the fight game, you're going to need some wrestling in your back pocket. So I like to see how he is in the wrestling department. I know it's some little clips, but it shows that he's been practicing his grappling as well. So let's go my guy Oban Elliott for the dub. Now, the Welsh gangster, Oban Elliott, returns at UFC Baku following a 3-0 start to his UFC career after earning a contract on 2023 edition of Dana White Contender Series. He takes on Sung Ko, and it shows his last fights. Kaig Brito by decision, Val Woodburn by decision, Preston Parsons by decision, and Basso Hafiz by KO. So, that's why I like the double chance by Karo on points. Let's go Oban Elliott for the dub. I think he should be able to win this fight, and he's been looking jacked lately, so let's go my guy, let's go. Had to blow my nose. It's the pollen. The Allegra's coming in clutch. My third most confident pick of the week. Muhammad Naimov, 12-3-0. Muhammad Naimov is a -320, set to face off against Bogdan Grad, who's a +235. Naimov is coming off a decision win over Khan Offley. Prior to that, he lost to Felipe Lima. Bogdan Grad is on a 4-fight win streak, beating Breno Marino, Batista, Michael Aswell, and most recently Lucas Alexander. He lost to Tom Nolan by KO a year ago. Naimov to get the job done. You know, Bogdan Grad actually got finished by, in a weird way, he actually got finished by, I can't remember, excuse me, Tom Nolan. He got finished by Tom Nolan. If you look right here, sorry, I just had a little bit of a brain fart. But if we actually look at Bogdan Grad was actually finished by Tom Nolan. Left hook, ground and pound, round 1. I think Muhammad Naimov should be able to get the job done. I got Muhammad Naimov to win this fight in 4-1 in the UFC compared to Grad, who's only 1-0. Has extreme power against the guy who's constantly moves forward and has comically low striking defense. Has a cool hat, plus 10,000 aura. Currently sits as a -200 favorite. Finch Chat MMA, guys. Shout out to him. Very well said. I like this guy on X. He's been cooking. And then when we go over here, Muhammad Naimov has been training in the striking department. I feel like I show this clip every time I promote Muhammad Naimov. Now we're going to go into my lock of the week, baby. Lock of the week, lock of the week, lock of the week. What's it going to be? Think about it in your head. What do you think it's going to be? Is it going to be a good lock of the week? What do you think? And be honest with me, I'm not going to be there to be watching the fights live on Saturday, but I will rewatch all the fights. So, here is my lock of the week. Nazim Sadikov, 10-1-1, excuse me. Lock of the week, Nazim Sadikov, -460. Nicholas Mota, Nicholas Mota's a +300, I believe. I had it right here. Of course, I didn't write it down, though. We're loading it. Give me 1 second. Bear with me, guys. Bear with me. Nicholas Mota, +320. Nazim Sadikov, -460. Nazim Sadikov is on a 10-fight win streak. His only loss is by sub to Juan Galazara. He's coming off of a doctor stoppage win over Gabriel Bonfim. No, not Gabriel Bonfim. Excuse me, Ismail Bonfim. I'm getting the brothers confused. Nicholas Mota is on a 2-fight win streak, beating Tom Nolan by KO, and most recently, Mashata Hazer 6 months ago. Mota has never lost by decision. He gets finished in all of his losses. Most recently, Manuel Torres put him out. So I like Nazim Sadikov. I even like Nazim Sadikov inside the distance, but let's not get fancy. Just give me money line, lock of the week, as a -460. Lock of the week, baby. Nazim Sadikov, let's go. Now we're going to go into my fifth. Well, first, let me promote it. One thing I want to show is the Baku open workouts. This is something that I really like to see. You know, not only do I love open workouts, but I like to see what they're feeling, what he's been working on, what type of tools he's been sharpening in the toolbox. I think he's ready. Give me Nazim Sadikov to win. This is something that I like. Tafiq Musayev, Rafael Fiziev, Nazim Sadikov repping Azerbaijan in their debut this weekend. In their debut event this weekend. So, these are the hometown guys. I am going with lock of the week as Sadikov. Let's go, my guy Sadikov, for the dub. Now we're going to go to my fifth most confident pick of the week, baby. My fifth most confident pick of the week. Let's go. Medabek Otabay is set to face off against Tafiq Musayev. Very tough test. Medabek Otabay -172. Tafiq Musayev +134. Otabay lost to Mateusz Rebecki by split in a fight where he got dropped and he showed his grit on full display. Tafiq is a high finisher with 18 wins by KO. Only 5 losses. The former Ryzen champ has a hometown advantage, but I think Otabay gets it done. One thing I love about Otabay is that fight with Mateusz Rebecki. I know a lot of people sometimes raise stock in a loss, but this guy definitely deserves his stock. And look at this. He's looking just like a Neanderthal, just like how he is. And he has that sledgehammer. He's coming to create chaos, and I like it. So let's go. We obviously have some guys trolling in the Instagram feed with Tafiq. Former Ryzen champ. May the best man win. I am on Otabay for the dub. I think he should be able to win. And shout out to my guy Finch Chat MMA again. 8-year advantage over his opponent. 2-1 in the UFC compared to Tafiq, who's making his UFC debut. Fighting a cherry-picked opponent who hails from Baku. Only reason for his presence here. Currently sits as a -160 favorite. I like Otabay. I like it. Very well said, my guy Finch Chat. Give him a follow, guys, if you guys haven't already. That guy's been cooking. My 6th most confident pick of the week. What's it going to be? Ignacio Bahamondes, 17-5-0. Ignacio Bahamondes is set to face off against Rafael Fiziev. Ignacio Bahamondes -122. Rafael Fiziev -104. Ignacio Bahamondes is 6-2 in the UFC on a 3-fight win streak since losing to Ludovic Klein by decision. Ignacio can sometimes get tagged, but he's technical, long, and can manage so much distance with his reach advantage. This guy manages distance very well. Fiziev is on a 3-fight losing skid, but to the best. Gaethje, Gamrot, and then once again Gaethje on short notice. This, excuse me. This is a highly competitive fight. I think Bahamondes edges out by decision. But moneyline is the play. Baha for the win. I will say, this is going to be a very good fight. One of my most anticipated fights. This guy was actually going to be my lock of the week, but I didn't want to because I'm not going to be watching the fights live. That's a massive factor on my lock of the week. If I'm going to be watching the fights live, I'm willing to take more of a risk. But since I'm going to be busy, I had to play it a little bit more safe, but give me Bahamondes as one of my 6 most confident picks of the week. I think he should be able to get the job done. Obviously, we see Bilal here. We see Yair Rodriguez. Iron sharpens iron, and I think these guys are creating a monster in the facility that he's had around him. Let's go, my guy, Ignacio Bahamondes. And this guy says, throwback, a few training shots of Ignacio Bahamondes from when I visited Chicago in April. Bahamondes gets his shot at the lightweight top 15 this weekend at UFC Baku. And this is him taking some pictures of Bahamondes, and this is what I really like to see. I like to see him getting better. And obviously, we see Bilal right there. I believe that's Bilal. But this is what I like to see about Bahamondes. He's been working. Give me Bahamondes. Rafael Fiziev will step in the octagon with a 7-inch height disadvantage against Ignacio Bahamondes on Saturday. Rafael Fiziev 5'8". Ignacio Bahamondes 6'3". There it is. Now we're going to go into my second bonus. I mean, my first bonus. Here we go. Enough gish galloping. The first bonus is going to be Rafael Fiziev is already a -102. Ignacio Bahamondes already a -125. Currently, as we're speaking, the odds are fluctuating. Ignacio Bahamondes is a -122 now. Throw out the money lines. The bonus is going to be the over 2.5 at a -166. You guys know with the bonus, you guys get to choose the over or the under. In this case, if you want the over, which is what I like, it's a -166. Over 2.5 is basically 2 minutes and 30 seconds into the third round. Does this fight get 2 minutes and 30 seconds into the third round? I think it does. I think both of these guys are very competitive, very durable, and I think either one of these guys is definitely going to put on a very good performance. May the best man win, but I think that over 2.5 is a sneaky play at a -166. If you don't like it, you could take the under 2.5 at a +130, excuse me. Over 2.5, -166, under 2.5, +130. In this case, the first bonus for me is the over 2.5 in Rafael Fiziev versus Ignacio Bahamondes at a -166. I think it's a good parlay piece. Let's go. Now, the second bonus. This is why I was so excited. I wanted to put the second bonus first. Here we go. Second bonus is, we know Jamahal Hill +100. Khalil Rountree -125, I believe, right now. -125. Jamahal Hill is no longer a dog. He's a -102. So there's no longer plus money on Jamahal Hill. Khalil Rountree -125. In this case, will this fight go the distance? Yes, at a +245. No, at a -340. We're taking that this fight doesn't go the distance. It's a 5-round main event. I like it as an anchor to my parlay that this fight doesn't go the distance at a -340. Obviously, it's chalky. We got a little bit of a price tag to deal with. But I think it's one of the most likely outcomes that this fight doesn't go the distance. Both of these guys are going to clash heads. They're going to go toe-to-toe, and they're going to go to war. So in this case, give me the second bonus as this fight doesn't go the distance at a -340. If you think it does, take yes at a +245. But in this case, the two bonuses. First one is over 2.5 Ignacio Fiziev. Second one is that the main event doesn't go the distance at a -340. I got a little bit of a sneaky one. If you want to get fancy, this fight ends by KO, -250. I think if either of these guys are going to win, one of these guys is going to win by KO. Fight ends by KO, -250. But the second bonus is that this fight doesn't go the distance at a -340. If you want to get fancy, I gave you another option. Now we're going to get into the parlay section. Here we go. If you guys haven't, just give me a quick like. It actually helps a lot. Parley time. I try to give you guys my best parlays. A little bit of a conservative parlay section, but this is normally what I would cook up on Saturday. Parley time. Tagir Ulanbekov plus Otabay, 2-leg, -106. I love it. Obviously, you're not getting plus money, but I think both of these guys win. Khalil Rountree, Jamahal Hill doesn't go the distance. Ignacio Bahamondes moneyline and Curtis Blades moneyline, 3-leg, +211. In that case, obviously we're playing with fire because we're playing with Ignacio Bahamondes. We know that he's going to be in an absolute war against Fiziev, but I think we get a lot of value in a 3-leg at +211. I like this parlay. Next parlay, Otabay, Sadikov, Naimov, Irina Alekskiva, 4-leg, +238. I think that one's a good one, all money line. I think it's good. Obviously, for 4 legs, it's a little bit on the +200. Not normally what you would expect for a 4-leg parlay, but I do think that all these people win, including the girl. I was going to say all these guys, but it's a girl as well. Next parlay, Hamdi, Tagir Lembekov, Melissa Mullins, Oban Elliott, Naimov, Nazim Sadikov, 6-leg parlay for plus 381. Normally when you have a 6-leg parlay, you get at least plus 4, plus 500. But we're dealing with chalky lockies, so I think that this one is a fairly good 6-leg parlay. You know, you could put a light little 25, 20, 15, 10 if you don't believe in it. And I think it's good for plus money at 381. I'm very confident in all these people in the parlay. Next parlay, conservative parlay. Otobai plus Curtis Blades, 2-leg, plus 111. I like this one. I think I might play this one on the side if I haven't. I think this one is very good. I played this one, Otobai plus Sadikov at a 2-leg at a minus 109. I'm thinking of this one. I really like this one. I think it's very clear. I'm just scared for Kunaev. You know, he's making his UFC debut. He just popped for roids 2 years ago. I feel like Curtis Blades has a very tough test ahead of him, but I'm definitely going to play this one. I think it hits. 2-leg Otobai plus Curtis Blades. Next parlay, over 2.5 Baha Fiziev plus Hill Rountree doesn't go the distance. This is the two bonuses combined. The over 2.5 in Baha Fiziev plus Hill Rountree doesn't go the distance. 2-leg minus 103. Obviously, you're playing a little bit, but I think it hits. Obviously, you can add one more leg if you want plus money. Next parlay, Otobai plus Sadikov, 2-leg minus 109. I'm very confident in this one. I think it hits. I love it. One of my favorite parlays. Next parlay, Melissa Mullins, Jung Young Park, Oban Elliott, 3-leg plus 132. I'm playing with fire with the Jung Young Park, but I think this one hits. Next parlay, Melissa Mullins plus Hamdi, 2-leg plus 109. One of my most confident parlays. I saved the best for last. I know it's conservative. I know you guys probably want more legs, but in this case, you know, it's UFC Baku. You never know what's going to happen. You never know how the judges are. You never know what's going to happen. It's the fight game. Just give me Melissa Mullins plus Hamdi Abdelawab, 2-leg plus 109. One of my favorite parlays. Let me know what you guys think of the lock of the week, the parlay section, the bonuses, guys. Do you guys like it? What is your lock of the week, guys? Let me know. I'll see you guys in the next one. Let me know what you guys think. And, of course, the best is blessed, baby. I'll see you guys on Friday for the last-minute prediction video. And, of course, if you guys haven't known, I won't be able to update you guys with the community post, but I will be back for UFC 317 next Saturday. So, don't worry. Oliveira versus Topuria next week. It can't get better than this. Enjoy the card. God bless. Hey, peace. Hey.